Well, of course, everybody wants to win the 24 Hours of Le Mans. There may be few manufacturers hungrier than Porsche and Penske. Porsche has yet to tackle the 24 Hours in victory lane with the 963, despite a history of success here at this race at the Circuit de la Sarthe. Let's catch up with Porsche Penske Motorsport Managing Director Jonathan Diuguid, as well as drivers Mathieu, Jaminet, and Kevin Estre to find out where the team's mindset is heading into this year's edition of the race. Well, Jonathan, I think it's maybe one of the more competitive Le Mans fields in the hypercar class than we've seen since the new regulations came about in 2023. There were a lot of cars up and down the lineup who could win this race outright. Do you think Porsche Penske is one of them?
That's our plan. You know, obviously, like you said, it's an extremely competitive field with 21 cars with all the same goals as us. So our goal is to be at the front. We brought three extremely competitive driver lineups and three strong crews on the engineering side and the technician side. So we're ready for Saturday.
In a race, at least on paper, that looks like it's going to be as close as it might be this year. How important is execution over the 24 hours?
I mean, execution is always important over the 24 hours, but I think looking at the weather, rain's not going to be a factor, so we're not going to have a bunch of race neutralization. So if you lose time with a mistake, either off track or contact or in the pit lane, you're going to have to make that time up on pure performance and pace. And so execution is going to play a big part, and I think we're well positioned.
We were talking with Jonathan Diuguid about this, but on paper, this looks like it's going to be an uber competitive 24 hours, and we have three really strong Porsche Penske lineups here in the factory-supported cars. What makes the lineup in the five that much more special?
Well, I'm not sure if we are that much more special, but at least we got two French drivers, you know, which is not very common, I think, in hypercar to have two French out of three drivers. Obviously, a home race for us, you know, very motivated with Julien to do a good result. Like you said, we arrived with a very strong team, you know, three cars, a lot of data to be shared. We've got the Le Mans winner in GT, in GT with us, with Michael, you know, so he's got the experience of winning that race. And yeah, hopefully we're going to be the best out of the three cars and we can celebrate on the top step.
How hungry is Porsche as an organization to get the overall win with Ferrari having won the last 2 years?
You know, Porsche has a very long history here in Le Mans. It's 19 wins overall, chasing the 20th now for the last 2 years. The two times it got to, I think, Ferrari, one of our best enemies. So yeah, we're really looking forward to take the fight to them. It's also, I think, the dream of Roger Penske, you know, that is a partner of us on this. So yeah, we will really try our best, you know, to put on a really great fight on Saturday, Sunday, and we really hope that the result is going to change, and hopefully for Porsche on the top step.
Kevin, obviously 24 hours is a long race, but starting from a favorable position is always good. You started the race on pole last year. How confident are you about the single lap pace coming into this year?
Well, tough to say. We didn't do any qualifying obviously on Sunday, and I'm not sure people did. This year has been a bit tough on the WEC side of things in quali, but Le Mans is a different track, different type of speed you need, and we showed last year that we had a good one-lap pace. So let's see. I don't know. The hyperpole is also a bit on different format. We try to for sure get through and get the pole, but it's definitely not the goal number one starting the week.
How do you feel about the new hyperpole format? Something that fans and drivers are going to experience for the first time in just a couple days. Do you like it? Do you want something changed? Are you excited for it?
I think, well, I'm excited, that's for sure. I think it's good that there's going to be, classes, or that hypercar are going to be on their own, because last year was really tough to get a clean lap with LMP2s, and, you know, it messes up a bit the ranking sometimes, or it could have. The fact to change drivers makes it very complicated for us to get a run plan and to prepare for hyperpole, to prepare for qualifying, because it's tough to prepare two drivers for that. Then you would need a lot of tires, a lot of time spent. And the weight, you know, this year we have a minimum weight per driver, but then changing drivers, obviously you can't change the weight between the session, means you take the weight from the lightest one. So in our case, I'm the heaviest one by, I don't know, 8 kilos, so it's quite a disadvantage, but that's the way it is. I'm not sure about the changing driver thing. Let's see how it goes, but definitely a big show for the fans and everyone around the track.
We've had test day action, and now on Wednesday we'll have practice for the World Endurance Championship grid here at the Circuit de la Sarthe, as everyone starts to put in some more representative laps, maybe some quali simulations before Hyperpole and of course the 24 hours of Le Mans this coming weekend. You can of course follow along with all the action on the website, on Sportscar365.com, and with our videos updating you on YouTube.